today I'm heading to Zanzibar. I decided to take the Kilimanjaro 7 ferry by Azam Marine. I've used them before, always a good experience, and today I just figured why not take you along with me. The terminal was pretty busy as usual, but things moved pretty smoothly. Security checks, check-in, all that, nothing complicated. Once I had my ticket in hand, it was time to board. Honestly, that's the part I always look forward to, when you finally see the ferry docked and waiting. It gets real. Now look at Kilimanjaro 7. Not bad, right? It's got a clean design, looks modern, you can tell they maintain it well. Just seeing it there at the dock already gave me a good feeling about the ride. Getting on board was smooth, as I said earlier. Staff were guiding everyone in, and they were super friendly too. You can tell they have done this 1,000 times. I always appreciate good service. Just makes the whole experience better from the start. I passed through the economy section. First, plenty of seats, AC was working, and it looked clean. You've got all kinds of people on here. Tourists, locals, families, even a few business travelers. It's a nice mix. But I was in business class this time, the red seat that you have seen, that's the VIP class. And yeah, it's definitely more chilled. Bigger seats, a bit more legroom, quieter, and the view through those big windows, it's top tier. Totally worth the upgrade if you want a little more comfort. As we pulled out of the port, I just sat back and relaxed, watching Dar fade into the distance while heading towards Zanzibar. It never gets old. That moment when you feel the engine kick in and then you are just gliding across the ocean, man, it's peaceful. There's also a little spot on board where you can buy snacks and drinks. Nothing fancy, just water, soda, juice, crisps, that kind of thing. Enough to keep you going though. Staff were nice, always moving around and checking if people needed anything. And yeah, the bathrooms, surprisingly clean, but you may have to share them with all the classes. Most people were just chilling. Some were sleeping, others reading or scrolling through their phones. It's the kind of ride where you can just zone out and enjoy the moment. Now between us, I have been on Kilimanjaro 8 before too. And if I'm being honest, that is one of my favorite. Just feels a bit more premium. You know, the seats, the vibe, maybe even the ride itself. Everything just feels a little smoother. But Kilimanjaro 7, still a solid ride. No complaints at all. When it comes to ticket price, as there are 3 different classes on this ferry, VIP, which they call business class, royal, and economy. So for the VIP class, if you are traveling with your passport, you may be asked to pay 65 USD per person. But if you are traveling economy with your passport, you may be asked to pay 35 USD. But if you are a Tanzanian or have a permit to live in Tanzania, you will be asked to pay the local with the Tanzanian shilling, which is 35,000 Tanzanian shillings for the economy class, and then 70,000 Tanzanian shillings for the VIP class. One point I went out to get a bit of that ocean breeze. If you like being outside with the wind and the views, definitely step out for a minute. Nothing beats that fresh air in the middle of the sea. Midway through the trip, it's just you and the ocean. Deep blue everywhere. Every now and then you may spot a fishing boat or a bird flying low. Super calming, like it's not just transport, it's part of the adventure. Then finally, land in sight. That first glimpse of Zanzibar, especially if it is your first time, feels pretty special. You see the coastline, the boats, the buildings. It's like you're arriving in a whole new world. As we pulled into the port, people start getting ready to get off, grabbing bags, checking phones. Disembarking was easy. Just followed the line and boom, I was in Zanzibar. Hello island life. All in all, Kilimanjaro 7 gave me a smooth ride. Great service, clean ferry, comfortable seat, can't ask for much more. But yeah, if I had to pick a favorite, Kilimanjaro 8 wins for me. Still, Azam Marine is doing a great job with all their ferries. Definitely recommend it if you're planning to cross between Dar and Zanzibar. Anyway, that was my ride. Now I've got a whole island to explore. Let's go see what Zanzibar has in store. Stay with me. So after getting out of the ferry, I was officially in Zanzibar. Welcome to Stone Town. The vibe here is completely different. It's busy but chill at the same time, with narrow streets, old buildings, and a lot of character. Most people rush straight to the beach like Nungwi, Kendwa, or Paje, which is fair. The beaches here are unreal, but honestly, I'd recommend staying a night or two in Stone Town first. You will thank me later. This place is full of history, culture, and some really cool spots to check out. Local markets, rooftop cafes, spice stores, museums, and trust me, just walking around the old town is an experience on its own. So yeah, before heading up to the north or down to the southeast coast, take some time here, get a feel for Zanzibar roots, meet some locals, maybe even get lost in the maze of alleys. It's all part of the adventure. Anyway, I was heading to my hotel to drop my bags and freshen up. Let me show you the spot real quick. You can follow my Instagram page, subscribe, like, comment, write your comments down, and then you'll see where I will be taking you next. Thank you for being with me. Enjoy the ride.